Hi guys, so today I'm going to be giving you an extensive review with pros and cons of different ways to remove facial hair and just body hair in general. So I have a lot of experience with this because I'm just a very hairy girl. So I have tried all of these things except for laser, but today we're going to be talking about shaving, waxing, threading, tweezing, cream, like hair removal cream, and laser. So first we're going to talk about shaving. It's very inexpensive and it is much less time consuming than any other facial hair removal because you can do it at home by yourself and you don't have to drive anywhere to get it done. You don't have to make it a part of your schedule to like get ready. You can literally do it like right before bed or anything like that. So it's very inexpensive. All you have to do is buy a razor. That's so inexpensive. Another pro to shaving is that you know exactly how you want your eyebrows done. So a lot of times when I used to get my eyebrows waxed, I would always say like I want them to keep the natural shape, don't wax them too thin. But it didn't matter like how much I would emphasize to her that I did not want my eyebrows to be too thin, she would still wax them really thin. Another pro to shaving is that it exfoliates your skin. So if you are shaving your whole face like I do, it takes off a layer of dead skin and afterwards your face feels so smooth and it just feels really exfoliated. So it's really good to make your skin look really smooth and it's just very fast. So now we're going to talk about the cons of shaving your face. So the cons are that it is more likely for you to mess up if you don't know what you're doing. Like when you get your eyebrows waxed and threaded, they know what they're doing. They have a license in this, but when you're doing it yourself, yes, you know how you want your eyebrows, but you're more likely to mess up. Another con is that it grows back faster, so you have to do this more often than you would have to shave your face or your eyebrows if you were getting them waxed or threaded. Another con is that it does grow back a little bit rougher and it doesn't grow back thicker or darker. Like I want to get that out of the way and just say that when you shave your face and you shave anything, it doesn't grow back thicker or darker. The reason why it feels rougher sometimes is because you're shaving it from the base, so it's going to grow back and the tip of the hair is going to be blunt. It's going to be bluntly like cut because you shaved it, so it's going to feel rougher, but it's not going to actually grow back thicker. So now we're going to go over the pros and cons of waxing. So one pro of waxing your face and eyebrows is that it will take a lot longer to grow back than if you shave, and it just ends up being a lot less maintenance than shaving because you do it less often. Another pro of waxing your eyebrows is that when you go to the salon to get your eyebrows waxed, I don't know what they do, but it always like leaves it looking more fleeky and more like clean cut than when I do my eyebrows myself, but I will get into the pros of that. But that is one pro if they do your eyebrows right. Another pro is that you don't have to really do anything. All you have to do is drive there and then you just lay down and they do all the work for you. So let's cover the cons of waxing your face / eyebrows. It is expensive. It's about 20 bucks. Where I used to get my eyebrows, it was like 25, 30 for an eyebrow and lip wax, and it's painful. So depending on your pain tolerance, it may be more or less painful, but if you feel pain easily, it's definitely going to be painful. It is quick. It's more time consuming, so you have to take the time to drive to the salon, you know, at a time of day when the hours are open. You can't really just fit it into your schedule whenever you want like you can with shaving or if you were to do it at home by yourself. So another con to waxing your eyebrows, which is something that I have experienced way too many times and is why I do not get my eyebrows waxed anymore, is that they can easily mess it up, and if they do mess it up, it takes a long time to grow back. So now we're going to cover threading. So one of the pros of threading your eyebrows and just your face in general is that your eyebrows almost always come out looking on fleek when you get them threaded. That is the best experience that I've ever had with getting my eyebrows done, like waxing versus threading. I would definitely say threading is the best because I don't know what it is, like the women who do threading, their eyebrows always look very thick, and I feel like they kind of like project that onto you and they make your eyebrows look thick as well. So another pro of threading is that you just lay there, you don't have to do any of the work. All you have to do is drive there, and then when you get there you just lay there and they do all the work for you. Another pro of threading is that it takes an even longer period of time to grow back than waxing. From what I've found, they thread it right from the root, and I just feel like they pull more hair out than waxing does, but they do a really good job and it takes a lot longer to grow back. So the cons of threading. One of the cons of threading your eyebrows is that it hurts like a bitch. Like this hurts and it takes a long time. It takes a lot longer than waxing, because with waxing all they're doing is putting a strip here and then they just pull. With threading, they have to take a thread and do every line and every layer of hair, and it takes a lot longer, but it does come out looking better in my opinion. So obviously the price, it's similar to waxing your eyebrows. I would say 25 bucks for upper lip and eyebrows, and then if you were to get your whole face threaded, it would be a lot more, which I have never done because that's too painful for me. But yeah, the price is definitely a con. And another con is that if they mess up your eyebrows, it will take a really long time for them to grow back and for you to get your natural eyebrows back. So now we're going to talk about the cream. So there are creams that you can buy at CVS, any of your drugstores, and what it does is it's like by Sally Hansen and stuff, and you just put it on your face, and I believe it burns the hair off and then you wipe it off. So there are definitely some cons to this, and I've done this so many mother effing times, so I have a lot of experience with this. So I'm going to give you pros and cons of the cream. So the pro is that it's easy, it's affordable, it's just the convenience as a pro, just like shaving. I mean, all you have to do is go to your drugstore and you can do it at your house whenever you want. It's really, really inexpensive. Another pro is that I guess to a certain extent, one might consider this painless, or it may not be as painful as other methods depending on who you talk to. I'm going to get into that in a second, but for some people this may not be painful because all you're doing is putting cream on your face, waiting like 5 minutes, and then wiping it off. So another pro is that it's very easy to just do your entire face, just to get all the hair off your face. All you have to do is put the cream on, as I said, and then just wipe it off, and it's just easy to get a lot more territory, and it's not as painful, and it's less time consuming, and it requires less work on your end. So the con of using this cream is that it can really, really irritate your skin to the point where you wonder why you did it in the first place. So my experience with this is that I used to use the cream to remove my facial hair like on my face. It's not really good for eyebrows because it's not as precise, I would say, but I used it to remove hair here and then on my upper lip and my unibrow. And my experience with it is that every single time I would use it, it would leave my skin inflamed, red, bumpy, looking like I was like breaking out in hives. And I feel like that was just because it was irritating the heck out of my skin, and it would take like 2 or 3 days for it to go down. So now we're gonna get into plucking. So the pros of plucking, pretty self-explanatory. It's really good for precision. If you have just thin eyebrows naturally and you just want to get a few hairs, just pluck. Like there's really no point in even going to get them waxed because plucking is gonna just pull it from the root. That's another pro, is pulls it straight from the root, so it does take longer to grow back. And obviously it's very, very, very inexpensive. All you have to do is get a pair of tweezers and then you can reuse them for years. So I would say the cons, one of the cons would be that it is a little painful, but that depends on how much you are doing. So if you're someone who likes to pluck your mustache, I don't know how people do that, but some people do. If you're someone who likes to do that, that's extremely painful in my opinion, and I don't know how people do that because there's like little hairs here and you just have to pluck every one, and that can be very painful, and it may take like 10 minutes to do this. That's 10 minutes of pain. Another con to plucking is that it's not something that you can do your whole face. So unless you have a million years to sit and pluck every single hair from your entire face and you want to put yourself through that pain, be my guest, but it's not practical to pluck your whole face. So if you have hair everywhere like I do, if you have hair here, 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 everywhere, it is not practical to pluck your entire face. Another con of plucking is that it is very easy to mess up your eyebrows. So everyone knows if you pluck your eyebrows and you just get one hair that's out of place, it can mess up your entire brow, and then you have to wait for that hair to grow back. So now we're going to talk about laser hair removal and the pros and cons that I have collected. I haven't never had this done, and I don't know if I want to get it done, but I'm just going to tell you guys the pros and cons from what I have read online. So there's one pro to laser hair removal, and it is the big pro, and it kind of is just like a humongous pro, so it's like the equivalent of like 10 pros. The one pro of laser hair removal is that your hair will be gone, your skin will be smooth, and you will never have to deal with hair on that part of your body ever again. So that is a big pro. You won't have to buy razors again. You won't have to go get it waxed. You won't have to go get it threaded. You won't have to worry about, oh, did I forget to deal with my mustache this week or whatever. You won't have to do any of that because your hair is just going to be gone forever. So the con, this is also a huge con. And I'm talking about getting your hair lasered off on like all parts of the body. So that is what this is going to be discussing. If you get your hair lasered off on any part of your body, it can never grow back. And that is a con because what if you want hair there? So for example, recently I've seen a lot of anecdotal evidence of people saying that they regret getting their area lasered off because they have wanted to grow it back out. So that would be a con. You can't grow it back out. If you ever wanted to grow back your hair in any area of your body for whatever reason, you can never grow it back because it's lasered off. So it is a very big decision. It's a permanent decision, and for that reason I don't know if I would get it done. I feel like I would definitely get it done on my face, but I know it's painful, so I don't really know if I would want to put myself through that. So another con of laser is that it is extremely expensive. I don't know the prices, but I'll like insert some sort of picture here. Lasering your hair is really, really expensive. It is also painful from what I've heard. So I know they have to like take a laser and just like zap you with it numerous times, and then your hair is removed, but it also takes a few sessions to completely get the hair off, and it is expensive. So some people say that like in the long run it ends up being cheaper because then you won't have to buy razors for that area, but I don't really know. It just seems very expensive, and also the fact that it's like permanent kind of freaks me out. So I will definitely have to think that through a little bit more. So now I'm just going to tell you my all-time favorite ways to remove facial hair. If you haven't been able to notice by my description of them, my two favorite ways: shaving and threading. So threading I think is the way to go if you want to get your eyebrows done. Threading is my favorite. Another one of my favorites is shaving. So if you're on a budget, I would definitely go with shaving all the way because it's a lot less expensive than any other method, and it leaves your skin exfoliated, and it does pretty much the same thing as waxing without the pain and without the time consumingness, and it's just a lot more convenient and obviously less expensive, as I said. So that is my extensive review of all the different ways to remove facial hair. I hope that this video was helpful for you. You guys should let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite way to remove facial hair? Do you guys even have facial hair? I don't know. This is for all those hairy girls out there who need some help in the removing hair department. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful, and I will talk to you guys next time.